Alright, hopefully we're live. This has been way too long in the making. But you know, here we are. Playing this game. Finally, properly, with a capture card. After all this time. This has been like 5 years in the making of doing a proper playthrough of this game. And we're finally doing it. And we're doing it live, too. So you'll get to see everything. I did play the PC port last year, I think, unless it was already in 2024 and I'm just misremembering. But I believe I played it last year. I played the PC port, but now we're playing the original here on the Switch version because the PS4 version's a pain in the butt to get working. So it might not be the highest resolution, like texture resolution and quality, but it's about as good as I could get working, so here we are. Also, I have not tested this audio any more than like for 30 minutes, so I'm just really hoping that all the volumes are pretty good. I tried to keep the game like as loud as I could without it being too loud, because I didn't want the game to be just like absurdly quiet. So let's just go right into it. Now I did already do the start of the tutorial, so we're going to be able to go straight into where basically the tutorial actually begins, because the true start to the tutorial is agonizing. So yeah, here we are. It's not the highest quality in the world. You can definitely see the pixelation on the textures, but this game is 10 years old at this point. So, like, it's kind of fair. But yeah, it feels crazy to be streaming this game. Now, I am streaming in 1440p because I'm using my regular settings, but this capture card is only at 1080p, so technically this stream is only 1080p, so that is something to keep in mind. So yeah, let's just introduce the first villager, which I already forgot the name of, actually. What's this funny flag doing here? There's something special about this place. It's so bright and inviting. My name's Pippa. What's yours? Yeah, I haven't changed my name, so it's still just my actual name. You know, I should change it. I think I can change that. Let me save the game first. I think I can change it. I've never tried. I kind of want it to be lore accurate. I want to make it Magic C because it makes more sense. I think... How do you do this again? I think it's game settings, customize character. Maybe? Is it? Yeah. It is. I want it to be lore accurate. I don't want it to be... where's I? There. Using these ancient typing, like, things is so... I'm so not used to it anymore. This hasn't been the norm since like the PS4 era to have those type boxes for controllers. Alright, back in the game we go. Now it should be accurate. What's that? You're the one who planted that flag here? Who are you? Where did you come from? I don't know. Earth? You don't remember? The goddess told you to come here. So you've got amnesia and you're hearing voices. That's not suspicious in the slightest. I guess that is a fair take. Oh, but this place is just so lovely. Can I live here? Well, yeah, of course. Do I want to read the goddess lines? Because they're, like, really annoying. No, I'm not going to read them, because they are agonizingly annoying. It's just tutorial elements. There's no actual story in them. But for this, you have to fix the house to start off with this chapter, which I do remember. I do remember a lot of these chapters because obviously I played them a bunch throughout the years, and I played them kind of recently in the PC port. But this original version is a lot more difficult than the PC port, so I'm kind of hoping it just works. Wow, that's incredible. The walls were all full of holes, but now they're good as new. Oh, you fixed it with dirt? I thought you were just a weird boy with voices in your head. But you completely fixed that broken down old house. You must have some kind of special power. Here, take these. I found them on my way here. You can have them for fixing the house for me. Yay, white petals. Those are actually pretty good because it's free healing creams. We're not really going to need much healing, I don't think, for this first chapter, but it's the spirit that counts, right? You must have some kind of special power to be able to fix up that old house like that. How did you do it? What? You got the power to build new things? What does build mean? Yes, so the lore accurate here is that building has become very forbidden. It's basically an anti-building dictatorship if you've never played the game. And essentially building is no longer possible for the original residents. Anyway, I really appreciate you fixing the house like this, but it's not much of use without some kind of light inside. But I can't see any torches lying around here. So yeah, we're gonna have to build a torch. Now, for this first mission, they give us the materials to actually just do it. You don't have to go and collect anything. So you just get everything given to you. Hey, where did you find that torch? You didn't find it, you built it. Ah, so that's what building means. You picked up stuff from around here and somehow changed it into a torch, right? Thanks, I think I understand. Sort of. Hey, do you think you might be able to build anything with this? If you need any more, I'll see if I can find some. Nice. Broken branch, that's just free stuff. I just realized something. You never told me your name. Well, yeah, I did earlier. Magic Z, there you go. What kind of a name is that? It doesn't sound like you'd have any special powers at all. That's the whole point. Anyway, Magic Z, you've still got those torches you made, right? We should put one in the house. And then, obviously, it's just a tutorial on how to build a house, and I did not mean to speak to her again. But yeah, every house needs a door and a light source to become a room. That's basically what it's trying to explain to us here. This is still part of the tutorial, but this end of the tutorial is also gameplay, so I figured I'd leave this part of the tutorial in. Brilliant. Now that it's all lit up, the room's perfect. You're amazing, Magic Z. You really do have special powers. It's hard to believe that someone who looks so dopey could be so talented. But you can't judge someone by their appearance, right? Anyway, thanks, Magic Z. Now we have somewhere to live. And we get the Seed of Life. Seeds of Life are going to be a lot more useful than in the PC port, because as you can see, if you look in the top left, we only have 35 HP. Whereas in the PC port, you start with a lot more. I don't remember what it is, but you have way more health at all times. Whereas in the original, you have a much more difficult to play amount of health at all times. Now, this chapter is easy, so I'm not gonna preserve them. But one nice thing you can do with the Seeds of Life is they fully heal your HP, on top of increasing the max HP by 5. So you can use them as like a full all the way to max health heal if you want to keep them instead of use them right away. But I'm not going to need those, so probably won't need that for the combat, so I'm just going to take them right away for the extra challenge. Hey Magic Z, thanks to you, we have such a lovely room. But don't you think it would be so much better if we had something to sleep on at night? I know, maybe you could build something. Yeah, so we need to build a bedroom, I think. It would be great if you could make 2 things to sleep on. If we had 2 beds, we could sleep next to each other. Yeah, so this is the time where you build the bedroom. The start here is going to be slow by nature, because this is still technically a tutorial segment. Although I don't want to go too far, I want to go exploring before we unlock hunger. Because going to get materials before we unlock hunger is going to be great. It means we're not going to have to worry about day-night cycle or hunger for some of the resource collection, so we can go explore around before needing to sleep or anything, which is going to make it so much more convenient. Now, I'd really like to make a chest, but I might not be able to do that. I don't see the recipe and I don't remember which order it's in. There you go. Basic bedroom built. Oh, you built us something to sleep on. Thank you, Magic Z. Yeah, and as stuff goes on, this will probably unlock night. I think was the guy speaking to you or staring off into space with your mouth open again. You've got to pay more attention to what's going on around you. If you keep facing out like that, you'll never get anything done. Yeah, that is kind of a problem. Yeah, that is night unlocked. Okay, well, yes, we will get all the things first, because I didn't really want to, but I want a chest before I go collecting materials, and we don't have the chest unlocked yet. Also, I'm just skipping dialogue out of habit, my bad. That's not my tummy rumbling, you must be hearing things again. So yeah, this is going to be the introduction to food. But anyway, look, there are a lot of plumberry trees around here. Yep, it's those trees, just the regular ones. Plumberries are kind of small, they don't really fill you up, but they're really sweet and juicy. Can you go and get some plumberries for me, Magic Seed, please? We'll need at least 5 for a decent meal. So yeah, the plumberries are basically just a thing that fill 10% of your health bar. In fact, I have a couple of them. They just do 10% of your health, not your health bar, but your hunger bar. They're not that great, but you know, they do help if you're in a pinch. Hopefully there's a couple. Yeah, there's some over here. Okay, cool. Don't actually have that many of them. They can be kind of rare at times, but you also don't really ever go out looking for them, so usually it's not an issue. Also, crazy that my baton is already more than half broken. Wow, you found so many plumberries. Can I have them? Sure, I guess. I'll get more later, it's fine. Hooray, thanks, Majesty. To tell you the truth, I'm actually really hungry. These are for you. And I think she gives us some of them back. It's your share. I mean, you must be starving too, right? They're really tasty, you should try them. Tummy starts to rumble. Of course, gotta know what hunger is. Hopefully this is the one where you get to know a chest. You know, Majesty, I've been thinking. You run around smashing up all these trees and grass and stuff, and use the materials you find to build new things, right? It'd be pretty useful to have somewhere to store all that stuff, don't you think? Yep, so this is the chest introduction. After all, you're going to have to collect a lot of different materials pretty soon. Why? Well, it's a secret, but you should still make something to put all your stuff in. So yeah, we have to make a chest, I believe. Let's make a chest. There you go. Majesty makes the chest that Pippa asked for. Wow, you made a chest. Now you can put all the stuff you've collected in there and go and collect even more stuff. You know, Majesty, there's something I've always wondered. What exactly has happened to this world? They say that the light was stolen from us by a really bad man. Ever since, it's been all anyone could do, just to survive. Nobody cares about anyone but themselves, and they never help anyone else out. Anyway, I think it's super boring to live like that. Don't you think it'd be fun if we could rebuild this city and everyone could live together? I feel like if you're around, anything can happen. We should do everything we can to make this town a great place to live. We need loads and loads of materials to do that. That's why I asked you to make a chest. Alright, so it's agreed. We're going to build the biggest, bestest city in the whole wild world. I'll have to think about what we need to build, and you'll build it. You're going to help me, aren't you, Majesty? Aren't you? Yeah, probably, because I do want to play the game again, you know? It's kind of the whole point. Let me go place my chest down in the corner here. And finally store some of this stuff I don't really need. There you go. It's going to be a lot of work to turn this place into a huge city, isn't it? Is there anything I can do to help? Like maybe I could build something, that would be pretty helpful, wouldn't it? If I'm going to build things, I'm going to need a room to work in. Just like the one in this picture. Can you build me a room like the one I've drawn? Please, pretty please. So yeah, this is going to be the introduction to blueprints, which I think are kind of self-explanatory. You just have to build whatever you're being instructed to build. It's basically just an instruction manual. Basically, you put them down wherever there is enough space, and then you follow the blueprint. It's actually a pretty good system. It's a simple but effective system. Now comes the question, where do I want to put this thing? I think I'm going to put it in this back corner. I think I'm going to go back to the classic ways I used to play this game, and every time I played the game, I would always put it in this back corner. Other than one exception, very much later on, where I put it in the corner back there. But always, every time I played back in the day, I would, every single time, without fail, put it in this back corner over here. Mostly because it's a room that doesn't really matter if it gets destroyed. So it's like kind of great to have at the front of the base. We'll get into the monster attacks later, but basically monsters invade at later on, and they destroy your builds. Oh right, you can't put it here. Well, you can, but like it's annoying at first, 'cause there's a stone block in the way. I completely forgot about that. You can see where I don't actually remember everything. The thing is, when I played the PC port, I did not actually build anything. I just kind of rushed everything and just fit anything I could wherever it would fit. Now I did go back later and build stuff in the PC port, so don't worry, I didn't just like diss it and then not play it. I did actually go back to it a couple times. How do I want to build this even? Like, I need to put it all the way over here. It probably won't let me put this down, will it? Yeah. So I'll need to have it way out there. Which means it goes 4 blocks out. So 4 blocks out should be about here, I believe. Let's clear this out. It gives us dirt blocks too, which is going to be useful because we need some to build the actual room. So this isn't all a waste of time. And plus, I'm obviously going to clean up this area eventually. There you go. Well, let's start with the easy part, which is going to be the walls. It's not that difficult to build walls. You just hold down X and move around. I mean, really, it doesn't get any simpler than that. After all, it's a building game, so the controls are usually pretty decent. There you go. Then we can have the easy thing of just going over here and grabbing the table. Can't craft other versions. I don't think... Can you craft new tables? I don't think you can. No, not in this stage of the game. But we need a door. I think I know most of this by memory. We need a campfire, but I forgot to get blue goo, so we can't do that yet. And we need a chest. I'm just going to make another one because I don't want everything to be just cluttered up in the same chest. And then blue goo is from the little slimes. I don't remember what they're even called. I think they're just called blue slimes. That's not what I want. I don't want a flower. Does it say anywhere how to play? That's such a chore. I don't think... The second game has the guide, which tells you all the monster names that you've discovered. But this game, I don't think, has that. I think they're just called blue slimes. I don't think they're called anything special. So, let's make a bonfire. And there you go. Blueprint complete. A very ugly dirt shack of a workshop. But it works, which is all that matters. Hooray, you built the workroom I asked for. Thanks, Magic Z, it's just like the one in my picture. Obviously, it's more ranting about blueprints. I'm going to use my new workroom to build all sorts of stuff. I'll put it all in the chest at the end of the day, so you can take a look at all the amazing things I made. And we get a coarse cloth, which is actually useful, because you can use it to make armor. Thanks again for the workroom, Magic Z. Now we can make everything we need to rebuild the city. But it's not going to be much of a city with just the two of us living here. The truth is, when I was on my way here, I saw a suspicious-looking man lurking around nearby. He looked a bit of a weirdo, so I waited until he went away and ran straight here. But maybe if we asked him to come and live with us, he might lend a hand in rebuilding the city. He was on the other side of the mountains the last time I saw him. Go and find him, Magic Z, and get him to join us. So, yeah, this will be discovering Rollo, I believe is his name. He is trapped in a dirt box in the forest somewhere kind of far away. Not really that far away, but... Actually, I should put this in my actual chest. I'm not gonna put it in the workshop chest. I actually want to know exactly what they're building. Blue goo can go in there. Blueprint 2, I don't need the blueprint right now. Actually, I don't need the light either. Well, let's just sleep. I don't really want to start going out at night right now. I want to take the game a bit slow. Like, I don't want to take it so slow, because this game will be long. Like, if I'm reading all the dialogue, this will take us a while. It's not going to be 2.5 hours per chapter, like when I was just skipping all the dialogue and not building anything. Like, this will take us... I don't know, I guess maybe 10 hours per chapter would be reasonable. I don't know, I've never really tracked the time. I've never, like, read the dialogue in the first game very much, because I just watched other people's playthrough of them reading the dialogue at the time. So I just never read it myself. I just enjoyed the game as a game instead of as a storyline. But when you come over this way, you just have to follow the compass in the top right, but I know the map by memory at this point. You reach this campfire, and this campfire has a dialogue to it. The bonfire is burning brightly. It looks like it's been freshly stoked. Somebody must be nearby. And then you get your quest marker updated. And then only tool falls apart. Forgot to make another one. I did make a weapon though. I made an oak club, so we can use it for now. Then it updates your quest marker in the top right to keep going. And it brings you to this little house, which has a note. These and chunk books are so difficult to read. Deciphering the Cantler Chronicle might take so much longer than I originally thought. And writing so bad, the Majesty cannot summon up the will to read anymore. Finally, someone that actually understands how I think. Obviously, quest marker gets updated again, and then you end up further down in the woods here. Or you can see where he is. He's trapped in that little dirt, like, box over there. But I want to get some mushrooms, because there will be good food later. I haven't played this game in a while now. The thing is, I started playing it again, and I was like, why don't I just stream it? I have a capture card finally. I could finally do that playthrough I've been wanting to do properly for the past 5 years, you know? So here we are. We're doing a playthrough of this game after 5 years of me wanting to do it. Hello, mister. Just to be sure, your name is actually Rollo, right? You, free at last. I cannot thank you enough, young man. But tell me, who exactly are you? I'm sure I would remember such a funny-looking face. What, you say you're building a town near here? By my bushy beard, that is wonderful news. Let me help. Let me join your city and help to rebuild it. What are you pulling that face for? You look like you just swallowed an insect. Well, you may make whatever strange face you like. I'll find my way to your town whether you like it or not. I am Rollo, the proud owner of that most venerable of books, the Cantling Chronicle. I assure you that it, and I, will prove invaluable to this new city of yours. Now lead the way. Yeah, I thought it was called Rollo. At least I remember that right. It's hard to forget him because you talk to him just about every single time, like at every single point in the game you're basically talking to him. Right, and the end gateway thing is here, but normally you wouldn't know that. Oh yeah, this is where you end the game. Okay, well, let's head back. Of course, gonna get into combat. Let me drink something, because I am thirsty. from all this yapping. Usually I don't get thirsty when commentating, but I'm just talking so much just constantly, and I don't do that much anymore. It's not like in my old videos where I used to just not edit nearly as much, so I just had to yap in case I would leave something in. But now I basically do part of the editing job in real time as I'm recording, so I stop recording if I know for sure I'm just gonna cut out whatever I'm, about to do. So I do a lot of the job, like the work ahead of time, just to make it easier on myself later. But obviously that means I don't talk for huge sprints at a time if I know I'm just gonna cut it out. So I don't yap 24/7 for an entire record session anymore, which is a lot more convenient for me. But it does mean that I'm not used to streaming anymore, because when I'm streaming I have to yap 24/7 again. And having not done it for a while, it definitely hit hard. Like last year, having not streamed like almost at all. I want to stream a lot more this year. I want to switch from recording to streaming a bit more. Especially because I can do it whatever I want. Although I do have a video releasing tomorrow, so that is something to keep in mind. There you go. Hey, you found someone to join our town. What's that? You think he seems a bit shady? You might be right there. That's why I avoided him in the first place. When I first saw him, he was giggling to himself and stroking this enormous book. But he's got a beard. He must be pretty dependable, right? And he must be really clever too. I mean, he's got such a big, bushy beard after all. But anyway, now that we've found a new friend, we can all work together to make this the best city in the whole of Alfgard. And then we get to see the life again. Always a good find. I'm just going to consume that right away. By my bristly brows, this town is positively brimming with life. Why, I do believe that the Cantlin Chronicle describes this very place. It's the perfect location to bring the legendary city of Cantlin back to life. Oh, my mention of the legendary tome piques your interest, does it? The Cantlin Chronicles is an invaluable volume of ancient knowledge passed down in my family over countless generations. It is many hundreds of years old, and its pages tell of mankind's hapless history and the lost art of creation and construction. Deciphering this ancient text could reveal secrets vital to the restoration of this once great city. Our meeting is no mere coincidence, Majesty. I assure you that we are destined to rebuild this magnificent town together. I sure am too pretty confident that that will be the case. Now, you know what? Speaking of rebuilding, let's fill this hole in because it's always annoying. Like, let's actually clean up some of our base here, our village, or whatever, our town, I guess, would be the best name. I don't know. We can't clean up a lot of it because we don't have the mallet, which we don't get for a while on this particular chapter. Which is an unfortunate thing. We just have to progress a bunch before we can actually build anything. Majesty, my friend, I do not mean to cast doubt on your claims, but was it truly you who constructed these buildings? If that were true, it would mean that you have the power to build new things, a gift that mankind lost so long ago. Could it be that you are the builder of whom the Cantlin Chronicle speaks? The legendary figure blessed with the power of construction? Well, of course not. If the builder had a face like that, I'd eat my own beard. Ah yes, Majesty, I nearly forgot. The path across the mountains between this town and the place where you and I first met was dreadfully treacherous, wasn't it? Not really. Well, the Cantlin Chronicles describes a special tool that can be crafted from the feathers of the chimeras that dwell amid those mountains. A most convenient contrivance that lets you travel at blinding speed and be back at your base in the blink of an eye. Of Of course, if you truly were the builder of legend, I'm sure you would have no trouble creating this item and showing it to me. So yeah, I think this is the introduction to the Chimera Wings. At least I think that's what they're called. We don't have them in our building area yet. But the Chimera Wings just are basically an instant return back to your base. Now, let me make a couple tools here so we don't run into the same conundrum as earlier where we run out of crappy clubs that we can use. Oh no, cypress sticks. Right, they're called cypress sticks. I haven't played this in too long to remember all the names. I used to have just everything about this game memorized, but now I have like, I think 50, maybe 70% of the game memorized. I don't really remember the names and stuff, but I know most of the gameplay. Which is really the main thing that matters when you're playing a game. The thing is, I play too many games to remember them now, so it's kind of rough. When you start playing just a certain amount of games, after a while you just start forgetting things about some of them. Kind of inevitable that when you have over 150 games, you're bound to forget what's in some of them and what order and what things are called in them. For now, seeing how we're gonna have to go to bed sooner or later, I'm just going to spend the time finishing up clearing this out a bit more. You know, I'm gonna have to do it eventually, so I may as well start now. I mean, really, it's just like kind of genius if you think about it. Now, I don't know what exactly kind of build I want to go for here. I think I'm going to go... I could go the brick route, but I'd kind of like to keep brick for later, maybe. So I think instead I'm going to go castle block route, which could be not great, because we're gonna have castle building at like the end. But outside of castle blocks and brick, this chapter really only has stone, which is kind of ugly. Has anything other than the floor. Like this stone block is the only thing you really get outside of bricks and castle blocks. And it's only really kind of decent looking as a floor, so... I think for whatever I'm going to end up building, I think I'm going to go down the castle wall route for this time around. I don't think I'm going to build an actual full-on castle, but I'm going to use castle blocks to build the village or town or whatever you want to call it. I think that's the route I'm going to go down. But yeah, we need chimera feathers, which are obviously obtained from killing these chimeras, which are annoying to fight. They're less annoying than some of the skeletons, though. And it would also definitely help if I used the correct tool. See, there's two of them. We can climb this tower, which is actually going to be a good idea. Because there is a treasure chest up here. You can't really see it because it's kind of hidden by the quest marker, but there you go. Right on the top, these towers generally, not always, but generally have loot in them. Usually they have a treasure chest on them. And some of them contain some of the rarer items in the game, actually. There's some things you can't even craft sometimes in these. Like the world map occasionally. I think the world map is in the second chapter. Like in the second chapter, the world map is in one of these chests here on these towers. Now let's go back down and kill these chimeras, because we do need more chimera wings. If I'm not mistaken, I think we need 5 of them. So, you know, it's obviously gonna get the full 5 before I start leaving. Tower gave us a seed of life, so may as well just use that. 3 extra HP. And now, if I'm not mistaken, we need to build Chimera wings. Although I don't know how many we need. Is that not enough? I thought we needed 5. Oh yeah, no, we do. We just need to build it. There you go. Makes 3 Chimera wings. Goddess above. This is a Chimera wing. It is just as the Cantlin Chronicle describes. Then there is no doubt about it, within you dwells the long-lost power of construction. You really are the builder. Ever since the light was lost to us, and the realm plunged into the darkness, the people of Alfgard have waited for this day to come. The day that benevolent Rubis would send the builder to save us. Easy, my friend. You and I have 2 vital tasks ahead of us. Firstly, we must complete the glorious restoration of the once great city of Pamplin. And secondly, we must unravel the mystery of what terrible tragedy brought the town to ruin. This place was once girdled all about by fearsome fortifications, tall turrets, and towers to keep the monsters at bay. It is even said that a great golem once watched over the city, keeping all inside safe from harm. Those citadels and strongholds were completely obliterated, and nothing remains of Cantlin but ruins. How could such a wretched fate have come to pass? As a proud son of Cantlin, I plan to undiscover the mystery of what befell my ill-starred ancestors. No doubt that with your powers in my book, it is only a matter of time before the truth becomes clear. We're all counting on you, Majesty. Well, there you go. That is some things done with. Now, what's next? I don't actually know what's next. You know, Majesty, I've been so starving lately I could eat my own head. All of this building and inventing is hungry work, so I've been thinking. If we had something to cook with, we could make all sorts of delicious, nutritious meals. What do you say? Can you think of something you could build to cook things on? If you do think of anything, put it in a room with a chest so that we can store delicious dishes we make. Yeah, make us a room to cook in. Right, so this is gonna be food. Introduction, well, not introduction to food, but like, we need to make a kitchen. Making a kitchen should be easy enough. I'm just gonna use this partially already built wall for the time being. And like that. We're gonna have to rebuild all this stuff later anyway. Because the annoying thing is that right now we only have dirt to build in, so anything we build is basically just temporary. I'm just gonna put it in the general location I think they're gonna go in. Or like that I want to put them in, but really nothing is finalized. So we need to make a cook fire, since we're going to be making a kitchen, and we need a chest too, of course. The kitchen is arguably the simplest room, other than I guess maybe the pot room, which just put a bunch of pots in a room. Which is pretty obvious what it does. And you don't need a light source in the kitchen, because the cook fire is the light source. You only needed a better tier light source for the better quality kitchens. Blimey, you did it. You made me a place to cook. Now we'll be able to make all sorts of scrummy food. Thank you, Majesty. And that chest is perfect. If I make anything really, really tasty, I'll put it in there so you can try a bit too. So yeah, essentially now that we have a kitchen, some villagers, not all of them, but some villagers or townspeople will make food for us. And whenever we go to bed and get up the next day, there will be food in the chest. Usually it's not enough to last like a full day on with a single kitchen, but it's a nice bit of extra food that helps your existing reserve of food stay a bit longer. Well, 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 by my bulbous belly, it seems we have a kitchen now. This creative power of yours is a wonderful thing. I wonder if your culinary skills are equally exemplary. What say you test them out and make me something to eat? That's why I waited on making the mushrooms, because I'm pretty sure he asked for me to make some. What? Make it yourself? You build a whole kitchen for Pippa, but you won't even make me a single measly meal. You wound me, I thought we were friends. By the way, I should mention that I saw some delicious looking orange mushrooms growing down by the water's edge. I'm sure you can make a terrific meal out of a fine ingredient like that. 3 servings should do the trick. Do we have an agreement? Sure, because I actually do want some food myself, so I'm just going to make as much as I can. Boom. Make all 12 servings of mushrooms on a stick. It's that easy to please a man. Magic Z, my friend, do I detect a succulent scent of freshly roasted mushrooms? The fragrance alone is a mellow melody of mouth-watering flavors. And my growling gizzard these shall make a magnificent meal. Come now, hand him over, quick, quick, quick. Sure. Marvelous work, Majesty. We shall have to rename you the Cooker. The Cantling Chronicles cover a wide range of topics. The chapters concerning the preparation of a hearty, healthy meals are of particular... Pardon, you want to see it yourself, the Cantling Chronicle, with your own 2 eyes? I'm sorry, Majesty, but that book is a priceless family heirloom. I can't just go parading it around in front of anyone that asks. And besides, the tome is written in an ancient and cryptic script. There's no way that you or anyone else would be able to read it. What little knowledge I myself have gleaned from it has taken years of painstaking study. However, I have not a single doubt that this book holds the key to restoring the city to its former greatness. I shall not rest until I have deciphered each and every one of its secrets. But fear not, my friend, I will not keep these secrets to myself. As soon as I make a breakthrough in my studies, you will be the first to know. As for these mushrooms, it's only fair that you should taste the fruit of your labor too. Take this as a token of our everlasting friendship. And then he gives one of them back to us. There you go. What? Have I finished reading that book yet? Learn some patience, young man. I made it quite clear that you would be the first to know of any secrets I uncover. Deciphering the Cantling Chronicle will take time, as the inner work on restoring the city has only begun. I suggest that while I continue my studies, you labor to rebuild the city to its former greatness, and prove yourself the builder you claim to be. Actually, pay attention now. Can you think of anything we could use to decorate all these new rooms you're about to build? Not particularly, but I already know what you're gonna tell me, which is to build a pot. Yep. So basically we have to get the town to level 2, which is easy enough. Usually just 2 pots, but I don't want to make 2 of them, so I'm just gonna make 1 of them. Because I think we collected some stuff earlier. Yeah, we have some stuff. We're just going to try and cheese it for the time being. Actually, that might take way more points than I thought. Damn. Okay, wait. Signs are worth a good fair bit of points, right? 100 points, yeah, okay, this will do it. There you go. Level up. Majesty's base grows to level 2. It's just that easy. I want to move this. There you go. Put the crate too. I'll have to redo this bedroom anyway, so I may as well just have it be like this for now. Wonderful work, Majesty. I am impressed. Not only are you the legendary builder, but it seems your powers are becoming ever greater. Majesty, my child, no matter how many monsters you defeat, you will grow no stronger. Only by the weapons you wield and the armor you wear will your might as a warrior increase. You are the builder, my child. Yeah, I'll read them a little bit, I guess. I'm sorry to say, though, that I've made scant progress in deciphering the Cantling Chronicle. I dare say it will be some time still before... By my sensitive ears, did you hear that? Yeah, this is gonna be the introduction to battles, I bet. Yep. So here's the invasions that I was talking about. I guess this should do them. Let's just get this done with. As you see, I have the most terrible tippings. I know not what has driven them to it, but the monsters plan to attack our great city in force. We must protect Cantland at all costs. Majesty, you must prepare her defenses against the coming assault. But fear not, I shall fight by your side, my friend. I shall do my duty by protecting dear Pippa and our beloved home from harm. Yep. Are you ready to face the fight? Yes, this is your first true battle. Of course it is. Because it's the first one in the game. There you go. Oaken Club. Bow, bow. Absolute classic of a battle music, to be honest. I think this is just going to be skeletons for this first battle. I think the next one has the hammer hoods. I always get the battles confused. I remember just some of the battles because of how annoying they were at the moment, or when I originally did them. The big boy skeleton. Boom, everyone's defeated. Easy peasy. All done. Bunch of talking to the goddess later. Yeah, this is basically where she complains that you're free now. Kind of. Obtained a pair of blue fragments. Yay, I get the blue teleportal fragment. Now, the blue... Oh wait, it's called a blue tablet fragment. I thought it was a blue teleportal fragment. I guess not. Valiant work showing those blighters who's boss, Majesty. But it seems the filthy fiends have found our humble settlement. We have no way of knowing when they might strike next. We must devise some means to keep them at bay. By the way, I noticed you found a pair of curious stone fragments in the aftermath of the battle. I've seen an artifact of similar design in the Cantland Chronicle, and, man of action that I am, I investigated further. If you were to stick those fragments together again, I believe they would form a device known as a teleportal. Apparently, you can just plonk that thing down on the ground and hey presto. It'll whisk you away on a sunbeam to a place where you could find whatever your heart desires. For a builder like yourself, putting together a thing like that should be a piece of cake. Now, Majesty, do you think you can glue that teleportal together again? I'm sure I can. It's probably not that hard. I don't remember the recipe, but I don't think it's hard. Let's do that. I don't want to go through it yet. I want to clear out some of this base first. Can't clear out all of it yet. We'll need to get the hammer for that, but... By my baby blue eyes, you've done it, Majesty. You've made a teleportal. Now you can travel to distant, mysterious worlds and back again. In these new and exciting lands, you're sure to find new and exciting materials with which to build new and exciting items. Quickly now, plop that teleportal down on the ground and hop on true to whatever wonderful destination awaits you. Actually, Majesty, before you head off, there's something I wish to ask of you, something on which the good of our city and its continued growth may depend. Once you have that teleportal up and running, I beg you to speak with me before you step through it. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through it just yet. I guess I'll put it here. Yippee. Well, there's our portal put down. Oh right, and we get a new townsperson. I completely forgot. I saw a great shaft of light on the horizon and thought it warranted investigation. Imagine my surprise when I discovered a bustling village. But who are you, and what are you doing in a place like this? Beg your pardon, you're building a city? Good luck with that. If you expect people to work together and live in harmony, you've got another thing coming. I hate to burst your bubble, boy, but there's not a man alive who has the luxury of looking out for anyone but himself. Speaking of which, I'm tired out after that trek. I'll stay here and rest for a while if you don't mind. The name's Lahush. Can't be staying long, I don't think. But in any case, pleased to make your acquaintance. Well, that's one part of this done with. I guess I should sleep first, shouldn't I? No point in building our town out during the night. May as well do some of it during the day. A light shines in the darkness. Images begin to form in Majesty's mind. I forgot about these. It would make sense we get to one of them by now. Beg pardon, the words of the king had slipped my mind. Pursuit what manner of hero art now to forget such a speech? For me to regale thee with his majesty's words once more, ahem. In days of yore, thy revered ancestors did receive of the almighty goddess the sphere of light. By its power was our world rid of the menace which did beset it. Yet alas, some few years pass, there did arise a new threat, Dragon Lord. With his cunning he did steal away the sphere of light from us, plunging the land into darkness once more. Should this state of affairs be suffered to continue, night must surely take unrelenting hold and our realms perish. So I say unto thee, vanquish the accused Dragon Lord and reclaim the sphere of light. All of Outguard doth place its trust in thee, hero, fulfill thy destiny, and deliver this land from darkness. Seems like a memory of something that happened long, long ago. But whether it was his own memory or somebody else's, Majesty can't remember. God, that classic just wake up sound is an absolute classic, as I just said. I don't remember it in the second game. I don't think it plays in the second game. I'm not gonna replay the second game anytime soon, though, so sure we'll find out eventually. But that eventually will probably not be this month, that's for sure. I have other things I want to play now. There's so many new games releasing. Well, I say that after complaining that there weren't any games for 2026. I finally found a couple new things to play, and there was a new game release, Star Rupture, I think it's called, which looks kind of fun, so I might try that out. I don't know when I'll try it out. I might buy it tomorrow or tonight, I don't know. It's on sale right now, so that's why I'm kind of tempted, but I need to watch gameplay on it first. I don't want to go into it blind. Because, I don't know, it seems to have a lot of combat, so I have mixed feelings about it. If it's primarily combat, then I probably won't play it. But it's also only 20 bucks, so like, it's not necessarily a bad deal. It's like almost too good of a deal to deny, but it's also like, the trailers give off a vibe that I don't really care about, but also the game seems very good still. The game seems good, so I want to play it, but the trailers give a vibe of a game that doesn't really resonate with me. But everyone says it's just an automation game, kind of similar to Satisfactory, and like a mix of Satisfactory and No Man's Sky, which is another game I haven't played. So I don't know, it sounds interesting, but the trailers and content like the developers themselves are sharing doesn't seem interesting at all, so I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. We won't be able to get rid of these until we get the hammer, unfortunately. Same for these stone blocks. We'll have to get rid of those later on. Which is kind of a bummer. But for now we can get rid of all the dirt. Even if it's not everything, it'll be a lot of stuff taken care of. And then after that we can go on our adventure through the teleportal, I guess. I mean, either way, once we go through the teleportal, we're going to get the hammer and be able to destroy basically anything we want, so it's not like it's far away, it's just like 30 minutes away, probably-ish. We need to get to the hammer hoods to be able to get the hammer. Oh wow, the grass is a different shade. I never realized that the base had 2 shades of grass, or 2 types of grass. That is my first time ever noticing that in all the time I've been playing. So, you know, there's always new things to learn. So you can't break these blocks, which is kind of annoying, but we'll get that done later. Right, we're starving now. I did not consider that. That's why sometimes it's actually quite nice to just clear out the base before you need food, because that's just another thing taken care of, but may as well just do it now. It's more difficult, kind of. I mean, like, difficult isn't really the word I'm looking for, but, like, challenging makes it sound way harder than it is. Actually having to build when you have, like, all of the basic features of the game unlocked finally feels way more rewarding than just doing it by cheesing it. There. Much better. Gonna need more work, because we need a hammer to clear out the rest of it, but much better than it was. By my athletic physique, the teleportal has activated. That mystical swirling light is positively hypnotic. When a teleportal shines like that, it shows that a path has opened to a place where all your dreams can come true. What happened to my headphone wire? My headphone wire's stuck. Okay, there you go. And teleportal... Oh yeah, I already read that. Actually, my friend, there's one thing that I wish to ask of you before you pass through that glimmering veil. I ask that you find out how to build that most mighty of tools, the Giant Mallet. The Cantland Chronicles describes the Giant Mallet as a fearsome hammer strong enough to break huge boulders that fell great trees. Rocks and wood aside, you are bound to find a veritable bounty of new materials wherever this teleportal takes you. And with new materials comes ideas for new items we can use to make our city even bigger and better. Monsters known as hammerhoods carry these giant mallets everywhere they go. I'm sure that they could tell you how to build one. Once you have learnt the recipe, waste no time, build one straight away, and show it to me. Okay, I will do exactly that, but first I will clear out my inventory because it is full of stuff. And there you go. Much better. And sleep, because it is almost nighttime again. Days are quite short in this game, so you know, that is always something to keep in mind. Let's just go straight through the portal, I guess. I mean, there's no point in waiting. No point in anticipating things. Always gotta get Naviglobe first things first. There's an ancient sheet of paper lying at the bottom of the chest. Arcee carefully unfolds a note and begins to read it. Wanderer of the Great Plains of Cantland, I bestow this blue Naviglobe onto thee. Set it firmly upon the ground, and ever shall its guiding light be reflected upon thy compass. When thou wishes to return to a place with confidence, whether it be a place of safety or opportunity, simply set this globe before thee and let it guide thy way. To whoever readeth this missive, may Rubus watch out over thee in all thine adventures. The original Augustus Crane has Cantland Brigade of Guards. Good God, this old English is really hard to read. I'll leave the portal alone. I don't need the stairs that badly. Right, so we have no quest marker, but I know where to go, so it doesn't matter. But I want to get butter beans. They're just as bad as apples, but there's like a bunch of them, and they're an item we can collect, so why not? Why not just collect it? What's this say? Hammerton Heights Visitor Center. Strike me down, it's a human. What do you think you're doing? Barging in here like you own the place. We've got a lot of nerve, you know. Well, no harm done, I suppose. To be honest, I don't really have anything against humans. So what do you want? What? You want to take a look at my tool? But we just met. Oh, you're talking about this hammer. You want to know how to make a giant mallet? Clobberine is the hammerhead to ask. It shouldn't be hard to find. There's a bonfire on the roof of her house, so just look for that. Here, human, take this. Consider it a sign of our newfound friendship. It's a signpost. What an unusual gift to receive. Alright, we're gonna need vines and stuff, I think. Piece of ivy. Right, it's called ivy, not vines. I always forget. I just call it vines because of a habit from Minecraft, but really it's just always been called ivy. Right, there's a chest down here. May as well collect it while I'm here. Alright, it's the wrong button. I always hit the wrong ones. I don't... It's reversed from the second game, I think. Because right is down and left is up, where I think in the second game it's the opposite. I think this is down and this is up. Which is kind of confusing, because I always just hit left to go down, like place a block under me, and that just doesn't work at all. Well, we got 20 ivy. If that's not enough for doing something with it, I don't know what is. I think I need to kill these guys too. I'll probably need some of their fur eventually. Yeah. Leather armor. Well, that's not what I was thinking, but that's still going to be pretty useful. Same for leather shield. I think I need hammerhood fur for something later on. I think hit hard. These guys are professional bonkers. I'll take 3. That's a fair amount for now. I believe this is where the hammerhood is. Yep. And I need to fix her roof, so I may as well just do it now. I remember this very vividly because of how much of a struggle this was for me to figure out originally. I just had a low brain cell moment when I originally did this. Make a straw flooring kit. That I'm not going to need in this case, but, you know, it's nice to have. That's not what I meant to do at all. I accidentally fell down. I meant to fix the roof. There you go. There. Loverina, my word, you fixed my roof. And what a wonderful job you've done too. I didn't think you had it in you. Hold on a minute, human. With the power to build buildings out of nothing, don't tell me you're the legendary builder. Oh my, would you listen to me getting all excited? Don't worry, dearie. Your secret's safe with me. You humans were once so powerful, but now there's hardly anything left of you. Meanwhile, us monsters grow stronger by the day. Truth be told, I can't say I'm happy with this arrangement. I think this world could do with a bit of balance. Now that's not to say I want to see the whole world crawling with humans, but it'd be a real shame if you all died out. Alright, I'll help you. But this is just between you and me, dearie. We wouldn't want the Dragon Lord finding out now, would we? First things first, let me show you how to build the giant mallet. There you go. Is there anything else you want? Listen carefully. Actually, I don't think she says anything meaningful. Yeah, she just explains what you can collect. I don't think I really need to read this out. It just talks about ores. Oh, no. I don't think these guys give anything. Yeah, no, they just rant. Yeah, no, they're just yappers. Wait, what's... There's a hidden chest with nothing in it. Alright, I forgot about this chest. I'm gonna take it because it's just free stuff. Like, it's just a free chest I can put in a room. But I want to make a giant mallet. I mean, I may as well make one now. Like, why wouldn't I? Boom, boom. So much better already. I can just collect anything I could wish to collect. Great, more of these skeleton guys. And using their own weapon against them. That's always fun. Okay, let's head back. Our inventory is full anyway, so may as well. I guess let's talk to Rollo. By my knobbly knuckles, Majesty, you've done it. You built a giant mallet. With a hammer like that, you can smash up all sorts of things that you couldn't smash up before. But just around here, there are trees and rocks. And through the blue teleportal, there's said to be copper and coal in abundance. Once a clever lad like you gets his hand on materials like that, well, there's no end to what you might invent. And just think, when you build your new inventions, you might be able to dream up recipes for even more existing items. Go on, Majesty, head out into the world and swing that mallet around like there's no tomorrow. Smash up everything you see and pick up all the materials you haven't been able to collect so far. If you work out how to build new things, waste no time, build them straight away. To begin with, why don't you try chopping down one of these nearby trees? Sure, but for now I want to actually empty out my inventory first. Because I have a bunch of stuff. I'll leave the butterbean in there. Actually, let's put everything in there and just go to the quests he wants me to do. So, Majesty, are you gathering all sorts of new and useful materials? You must be building up a sizable stockpile of all the amazing things you've found, and if you haven't yet, well, it's only a matter of time. Either way, you're going to need somewhere to store it all before it gets out of hand. I can only imagine how very vexing it must be to go to pick up a tantalizing new item and find your hands are full. Well, never fear, for as you toil endlessly to gather materials, so too am I hard at work. I've been poring over the Cantling Chronicle, you see, and I have deciphered the means to construct something called the Colossal Coffer. If it's as remarkable as a repository as the book describes, it will make gathering and collecting materials a breeze. If I show you how to make the Colossal Coffer, will you build one for me? I want to see the fruits of my studies with my own two eyes. I guess so, because I actually do want the Colossal Coffer myself, because it just lets you store things from anywhere in the world. Yeah, I need a pot and some wood. Easy enough. I actually wanted to come over here because I saw a cave, so I guess we can get wood on the way. I wanted to come over here anyway, so may as well. First block of plumberry lumber. I don't know how much I want to collect. I guess I want to get a couple. You don't really need all that much wood in this chapter, so I don't think I really need to collect much, but may as well get some. You wouldn't want to run out. Alright, let's go check out this cave. I believe it has a chest in it. Yes, it does. Beat the monsters. Ta-da! See the life. And I can get the treasure chest now, so that's great. 65 HP, now that's what I'm talking about. We're making money moves, I guess you could say. I don't know if there's another cave or not. I want to say there is, but I might be mistaken. I mean, we're gonna have to explore, so may as well just go around. No, there isn't another cave, but there is the lake over here. Alright, and there's the poisonous swamp on the other side of this mountain. I literally have never gone there. I think I went there once. But I've, like, never gone there. We could go there eventually. I don't think there's anything over there. I've never needed to go over there, so I don't think there is. I think it's just a cool visual area. They kind of just threw in there. Right, and this just goes right back. Okay. Well, let's head back, I suppose, since it's about to be nighttime. Okay, well, if I can walk correctly and not run straight into the Dragulas or whatever these are called. I don't remember. Night is a lot darker in this game compared to the original one, so... Yeah, hello, buddy. Do you get your eggs yet? I don't think you do. I don't think they give the Chimera eggs, or whatever they're called. Alright, I wanted to make wood. Wood. Craft all. A bench. A long wooden seat that's perfect for placing in a park. Saloon door. Yeah, we're gonna unlock a bunch of things. Oh no, only 2. I thought we were gonna unlock a bunch of stuff. It's rocks that gives you like a million recipes. Colossal coffer. There you go. I'm just going to put it like somewhere back here, I guess. I don't know. Somewhere it won't be destroyed quite as easily. By my bulging biceps, you've done it, Magic Z. You've built the colossal coffer. With that coffer placed within the boundaries of this great town, you no longer have to worry about running out of room when you're out and about. When your item bag is full, this marvelous magical chest will whisk anything you can't carry back to your base and store it for you. And what's more, you can access the colossal coffer and all of the items inside it from anywhere in the whole wide world. You know what this means, Magic Z. You can go out into the wilderness and gather materials to your heart's content. Speaking of gathering materials, have you collected any of the copper, coal, or stone from the home of the Hammerhoods yet? The Cantling Chronicle describes these substances at length. It seems that if we had a forge, we could use them to smith metal items. Needless to say, you should be sure to seek those substances out without delay. Now that you've got both the mallet and the coffer, it's time to dive into the caves beneath Hammerton Heights and see what you can dig up. I actually do agree with that. Like, outside of just clearing out what's left to clear on the base, which I think I'm just going to do right now, we do need copper and stuff. I do need to talk to the other guy and figure out whatever he wants, but I think making a forge would actually be a good next move. We don't really have any materials to build yet, and I don't want to go too far ahead of quest lines just yet. We probably will sooner or later, but for now I kind of want to keep it kind of normal and not just go way too far out ahead of the game. Alright, that's gonna be where we just sit here and collect item recipes for 20 minutes. Stone sword. Stone table. The stone stool. Stone steps. Mason's workstation. Okay, cool. I think that's the last one, yeah. I feel like I remember more of them, but I think it's just because it's like so many recipes at once originally. Really starting to have a lot of space. I think that's all of them. I guess I should replace these. It would be a good idea, because I'd rather have these not be there right now. And we can even fix up the flag, actually. Flagstone flooring. That is a good classic. I could use that. For now, though, I just want to clean up the base, for lack of a better word. Actually, this can just stay there. There's these ones that need cleaning up. Do I want to leave these? I don't know. I guess I'll leave them for now. I don't actually need them. Seeing how we have 12 of them, may as well invite ourselves to the party. Put those down. Patch up the hole I made. Technically the 2 holes I made. And then if we go and collect the staircases that we have. Now it's daytime again. We can put them around and make this look way prettier than it did. I mean, come on, this looks already like 47 times better. And we can do something like this. I mean, ideally I'd put the braziers down, but for now we don't have 4 of them, so I think this is fair. And this is our colossal coffer. God. It's so good that it's making me sneeze. But you can store anything you want, and you can access it by just going into items by pressing A a couple times. And now I can just put anything I want in here. And there's 2 entire pages, plus an entire equipment page. Which seems like a lot at first, and it is, until you fill it up after like 70% of the game being done, and then you're like, well crap, I have no space again. So, that's the thing. As you can see, they've been using the kitchen, though, and yep, they've made us some food, so... now we get just a free meal for the day. Let's talk to Larouche. Ah, Majixi, I've just been talking to Pipa. She said you were looking for new people to help your town grow. I think I might know where you could find someone. On the far side of the Hammerhoods village, there's a small island connected to the mainland by a narrow land bridge. I passed by that place on my way here, and I thought I saw a bonfire burning. You might want to head out there and see for yourself. I'm sure Pippa would be thrilled if you brought someone back with you. Oh, and Mejizi, it's a long way away, so it can't hurt to build a place to sleep while you're out there. Have you seen any of those old broken down houses where you've been out on your wanderings? If you fix them up, you could use them as a home, from home, and take a break without having to come all the way back to town. But it's up to you, really. For the time being, just follow your compass and see if you can find a new person to join your town. Yeah, that sounds about right. Boiled butter beans. I've been neglecting these for a while now, so I may as well just make all the food I can. And let's go out on like a big adventure or something, I don't know. I need to make more equipment, though. Because a couple rags isn't going to help us get very far. I want to make a stone sword, because it's going to be the only real weapon we get to use here for quite a while. And I can make a leather shield, but I think I'll just wait. I should be able to survive on my own here for a bit. How's my armor doing? Doing okay enough, I guess. Alright. Let's go, I guess. Yeah, because it's basically morning. It's not exactly morning, but it's basically morning. Now, I know where they want me to go, but I don't necessarily... Actually, yeah, I think I will just go straight there. Mostly. I do want to check for caves, because I want to loot caves. Alright, I should get stone too. I'm gonna need a lot of it, probably. Any caves here? That's not a nice thing. Yeah, there's one right there. That's one nice thing about the map. You go side, you can view the cave. You can like see the caves. Right, and silver. Actually, I want the silver. I don't think I'll use it yet, because normally you wouldn't have this unlocked. But since I've already obviously played the game before, I have the like slime leader unlocked, which lets you make all the music retro, which is really nice, but it's like you wouldn't have this normally, so I think I'll show it off. I'll build it and show it off, but I don't know if I'll use it very much. I might use it like one time just to showcase it, though. Dang, this really doesn't have anything in it. It has copper up there, but that's just a pain. I don't think I need clay. Well, let's mark it as done. And let's go. I mean, there's a bunch of action all over the place here, so... Okay, well, I'm stupid. I'm great at the game, I swear. Yeah, here's the land bridge. Although, I'm more interested by caves right now, and I see that there's another one right over here. I want to loot them. There's a lot of them in this area. See, a chest. What's in here? First world map. Damn, we're actually getting the world map already. I mean, this is of no use, but, you know, usually this would be the, like, boiler point where you start predicting all of the flags for all the areas, because you can see all of them. Obviously, you got Cantlin and all the various Cantlin islands at the bottom. Then you got Remildar, which you wouldn't know at this point. Then you got Hole all the way at the top, and then you got Tantagel at the bottom. Which, you know, the crazy thing is, I think the map is accurate. For the most part. Like, it's not the, like, most accurate, but it's not horrible. The only, like, area that isn't accurate, I think, is Remildar. Wait, no, Remildar is accurate. Cantlin is probably the least, but, like, it is accurate. It's just figuring out which orientations the areas they're in. So, like, right now we're in that area, which makes sense, kind of. Does it? Where? Actually, no, this area doesn't really make any sense. It does, but I don't know what rotation it's in, so, like, this makes... Oh, right, I'm facing the wrong way. This still doesn't make sense. Yeah, this area makes no sense. This area depicted on the map makes just no sense. So if I point this way, where is this point? Points this way. What? Okay, well I know the map and I know that that's just blatantly wrong, so... There's no land bridge depicted on the map. Still, at least there was an attempt. Right, this just keeps bringing me... Yeah, this just doesn't make sense. The land bridge just does not... The map just doesn't make sense with this part. If I'm not mistaken, this is a battle area. Right, see, there's the third area. Yeah, the waypoint just doesn't seem to work on the land. Because, yeah, those torches you see over there is the sand island next to this, and it's not nearly at all close by. Who are you? You shouldn't be here. It's not safe. You should leave now before it's too late. No, but I want to save you, you doobus. Yeah, these guys are tough. They've got HP, as you would say. Damn, that range is crazy. I'm rusty at combat, I guess. I can't believe you actually did it. You defeated the monsters. I found this nice, strong cypress stick. Thought I'd give those monsters a good trashing, but well, you can see how well that went. You might have gotten lucky this time, but us humans don't stand a chance against them. Let's chalk this one up to experience and keep our heads down from now on. Thank you and goodbye. I wish you the best of luck out there. What? A town? There's a town on the other side of the teleportal. And you came all this way just to find me? Well, if you put it like that, I'll certainly come with you. It's not as if I've got anywhere else to go. My name's Kenelm. Pleased to meet you. If only you had a Chimera Wing, we could get back to this town of yours in a flash. We could, but I don't want to go back yet. I want to explore. I want to get some loot and stuff. I mean, like, we're already here. May as well. Like, it would be stupid not to. Right, we don't get medicinal leaves until here. A bowl of fruit salad. Actually, yeah, I should maybe collect a couple more of these. I don't have many of them. I'm gonna keep collecting resources for now. I believe this is a house, and my guy already is an idiot, and he could not get up. Get up here. I believe this one's a house you can actually sleep in if you fix it up. Yeah, there you go. We can build stuff here, although I don't think I need to build anything, so... For now... This is just a cool extra decoration. I don't really need the world map, it's just kind of a gimmick more than anything actually useful, so let's just sleep. No point in running around with the ghosts. Or not the ghosts, but... Yeah, I think they're called ghosts. Are they ghosts? I don't know what they're called. I already forgot. They're like... pink cat guys at night. I never remember what they're called. I see yet another cave over there. Also see this house with a little fire on top. Not a fire, a well, sorry. So, is there anyone in here? There's not someone, but there's a chest. It's an ancient scrap of paper in the treasure chest. Looks like there's some sort of diagram on the back. What luck, it's a blueprint. The greasy mallet blueprint. What the heck is a greasy mallet? Is there like a flat area I can put this down at? Yeah, I guess I'll figure that out later. I want the chest though, because it's a lot of XP points. And I also want the well, because it's not something you can craft, I don't think. Alright, the cemetery. I remember this area. I don't think I can do anything with it for now, though, so... Now this area is pretty useless. Although we do get a letter sack from killing that guy, which coincidentally happened to be down here. We can get the bricks, but I don't think we get the recipe for building more bricks, do we? No, so yeah, this is utterly useless as far as I'm concerned. First plat of orange oil. Great, that's just what I need. On a magic dye. We will need magic dye if I'm not mistaken, so that is actually a good thing. Not having the shortcut key to just instantly put something in the, like, your inventory is kind of annoying. Like, you can definitely feel the quality of life changes. Hello, Heman, I've heard about you. You're that magic Z boy everyone's been talking about. I've been trying to fix up this graveyard for all the poor little humans who lost their lives in Campland, but the place is such a mess and I don't know how to build new gravestones to replace the ones that have fallen apart. If you're as good as they say you are, Majesty, maybe you could work out how to do it. There's a brownie who lives near the Demandera Desert who's built a nice little graveyard of his own. If anyone knows how to build a gravestone, he will. If you could ask him how to make them and build me a couple to replace the ones that have fallen down, I'll take care of the rest. The Demandera Desert is a long way away, and building gravestones won't be easy either. But if you could help me out, I'll make it worth your while. Yeah, the Demandera Desert is not anytime soon, so... Fortunately, we will not be able to do this yet, but... It is good to have it located. And we can't get the chest, obviously, because it's locked. Now, I'd like to get some resources, because getting copper is something we'll have to do eventually. We can kind of skip copper, but we need to get the forge, so... You know, no matter what, we need copper to build the forge. Even if we're not going to make copper ingots very much, I don't think. First lump of copper. Obviously we get the copper ingots. And you learn how to make a forge, which is another important thing. Get out of my life, you skeleton. Really not much copper here, huh? It's all just gone already. There you go. A little bit more, but not much. Who would have thought that copper is rare of all things? There, get up. The stereotypical NPC level behavior. Oh, there's the copper. That's like a bunch of it. Just what I need. A bunch of copper. That should be enough copper, hopefully. I mean, you never know. We have yet another house again, with even more hammerhoods hiding inside. First broken barricade. I don't need a barricade in my inventory though, so... Oh, human, what are you doing here? With a hammer, it's in the neighborhood watch, and we should be out there right now, watching the neighborhood. The skeletons kept picking on us, so now we're hiding in here. It's so unfair, we're officially in the Dragon Lord's forces now, but they're still horrible to us. Please don't tell the skeletons we're in here, or arena for that matter. There are so many monsters outside, it's really scary. By the way, human, there's something I've always wondered. The Dragon Lord's like the arch enemy of humans, right? In that case, why did he take away your power to build, and then just leave you alone? Seems a bit lazy if you ask me. He should have finished the job and wiped you all out. Still, it's not my place to question the higher-ups. If the Dragon Lord didn't know what he was doing, he wouldn't be the king of the world. Hello, human. How did you get in here? I don't know what it is about you, but you look like you're pretty good at building. Arena told us that if we ever see a human, we have to help them in whatever way we can. So do you like ladders? If you're a ladder-loving lad, you should try building one yourself. I sure do like ladders, actually. I don't really use them ever, but casually unlocking ladders like that is quite worth it, if I do say so myself. I didn't even know you could build ladders. I completely forgot. I definitely probably unlocked it at some point, and then I just completely forgot. Right, hammer is broken. Oh, I still have a couple more. We're good. I still have one more. Where did my guy I was bringing with me go, anyways? Oh, there he is. Why was he down there? Huh. Weird. I want to go further because there is stuff just all over the place, and there's also a house right there. Okay, well, I did not mean to do that. Make a proper path, just for the sake of future simplicity. I'll probably have to come back here at some point, so just to make this a little bit easier, I should make an actual path. Come on, move out the way. Okay, there you go. Okay, I want to go to that bedroom and sleep, because it is nighttime. Right, this area has a rock. Mercy builds a room. Hooray. There's a message written on an old and tattered scrap of paper. I know not how, but I have somehow escaped the accursed castle that lies beyond these mountains. Right, there's the castle further. Words cannot express the horrors housed within that grim fortress. Was not but a den of vice and villainy. We of Cantlin thought that Bastion our last hope, and yet was the hope that killed us. Whatsoever may become of me, I beg of thee who readest this message, stay well away if thou values thy life. Message ends there. It looks like it was written a long, long time ago. Okay, well, I don't know if we're gonna go to the castle. Well, we could, but that would be a quite long journey, and I think I'm gonna keep that for later. Although figuring out how to make a way up would be nice. think I'll make a way up so that whenever I come back here, I'll be able to go up. But I'm not going to go to the castle, I don't think. I'm not quite ready for going to loot that thing. I feel like it would be going a bit too far ahead for the time being. I'm not really even supposed to be where I am now, so... Okay, let's go back down. I don't want to go there yet. There's probably the scorpion, right? Yeah. Could take care of this, though. The monsters are defeated. That's taken care of. There's all of the... I love how they use, like, brick ruins instead of castle wall ruins, because in the first game there is no block of, like, castle wall ruins. I don't know why they wouldn't have just made one. I guess this was probably originally supposed to just be brick, and then they changed it to castle wall last second. I could absolutely see that being a development moment. Let's head back. I'm just gonna walk back, I think. Not gonna waste a Chimera Wing. We're not in any kind of rush anyway, we can just collect more stuff on the way. Okay. Not too far away. Hopefully there isn't anything important I missed. I don't think I missed any buildings or anything like that. I'm just gonna collect stuff for now. On the positive side of things, though, we should be able to start building things. We can't really do much, but we have the flagstone to make flooring if we ever want to. There you go. So one more person brought to our place of residence, or our town, as you could say. I want to know what blueprint this is, because I couldn't place it down at all. Oh, it's a kitchen. It's kind of a bummer, though, that this kitchen does not work. Okay, well, that's the wrong choice of words. But, like, this kitchen wouldn't work the barbecue. But I kind of want to build it, because it's like an epic kitchen. Like, this actually does look really cool. I don't think I'll build all of it, but I think I'll build some of it. In that case, I could have the kitchen be like way back here. Instead of having it be directly next to the bedroom. Yeah, I think I'll build this thing. Seems a bit out of our, like, materials currently that we have range, but it looks kind of cool. And I can always expand it and make it wider by 1 block to kind of future-proof it a bit more whenever that comes around, so yeah, for now that's the best we're going to be able to do. But I don't hate this idea of this kitchen, so I think for now it's a cool idea that I will build. Because honestly, it's not that bad. I think it'll be much better positioning there than where the current kitchen is. Fruit kitchen, there you go. Well, it's the same as it was just a few seconds ago. Need the pot, which I don't have, but I do have the pot in this corner, which I can take. So it doesn't really need to be there. Actually, before I continue, I should make a forge before I forget to do it, because this just goes right here. There you go. Stonemason's workshop and so stonemason assembly. Yeah, now we can make copper ingots. I guess we'll make all of those. We'll need copper, so may as well just do it. Figure out how to make a sconce. A copper sword, well that makes sense. Well, I should probably make one of those, but no rush for the time being. Let's try and do that kitchen I was talking about. Or that we just got. I think we need 2 stone tables and like 4 stone stools or something, so may as well. Right, so where was this? The pot goes up here, okay. Then this goes here and here, and here and here. I only made 2. I'm stupid. Actually, I'll welcome you people. Oh, look at the size of this place. I had no idea a city this big even existed. Just being here makes me feel so alive. I can't remember the last time I felt so full of energy. Thanks for bringing me here, Majesty. I suppose it's fitting that I'd end up living in Cantlin. My ancestors used to be guards here, so if you need someone to keep this place safe, you can count on me. Ah, Majesty, so you found that fellow I told you about, did you? Pardon by that ridiculous hat, it seems he fancies himself something of a soldier. We don't need his kind here. I never should have told you about him. What's wrong with soldiers, you asked? All I'll say is that bad things happen when people band together. Doubly so if they're looking for a fight. You have any idea what brought the city of Cantlin to ruin? Just take it from me, you really don't want to go making this town any bigger. Still, you were only trying to help here, Majesty. Take this, you've earned it. And it gives us a Seed of Life. Which we're starting to have a pretty good amount of health, actually. 70 is respectable. Oh great, we need to battle. We need to have a battle now. Great, they made me 2 chests. I don't need chests at the moment. What was I doing? Oh right, stools or whatever. And what are they called? Yeah, stone stools. Oh, these need fur. Okay, well there goes all our fur. I did not realize they needed fur. I guess it makes sense. We needed crockery. Fire Cafe. What is the other thing we need? Oh, this blueprint needs a wooden door? We don't have wooden doors. A salad plate. I can make a fruit salad. Is that... Yeah, that's how you get it, right? Yeah, salad plates. Well, we can do everything other than the wooden door. And, you know, I figure we'll probably need some magic dye at some point. I remember we need them for something, so we'll make a little bit. And I'll remove the blueprint, because we don't have the door unlocked. But there. That's already much better. And I can then just remove this old room, which is going to make a bunch of space. That's pretty good if I do say so myself. I should save the game just to be safe. I haven't saved in it quite a bit. Let's battle it out during the night. By my furry feed majesty, it seems those vile monsters are planning another attack on our noble town. There are more of us than last time, and we have bigger and better weapons than before. But that doesn't mean we can let our guard down. So tell me, are you ready for this battle? Yes, sir. Let's do this right now. Just get it done with so we can start building without consequence. Some brownies appear. Right, these are called brownies. Now I'm hungry. I mean, I'm probably gonna be streaming so long that it's gonna be time to eat anyway, but I'm done, so... You know, it is what it is. I'll probably eat after this. And nothing that's hard. Boom. Monsters are defeated. Victory! It's just... I love how overkill it is. You can tell that, you know, this traces off of the Dragon Quest series of games. It has those, like, just old moments of games that you don't really see anymore. Well, hey, at least I resupplied her fur. Let's talk to Ken Elm, or whatever his name is. Let's just talk to him first, since we just rescued him recently. There you see, is it true that what Rolo told me? You're the builder, the actual legendary builder. I've heard all about you. I always thought it was sort of strange that there'd be a hero who didn't get stronger by beating monsters. But Magic Z, what if I told you that there was a special trick that would make you better at fighting? Behind the Hammerhood village, just at the foot of the mountains, there's a monster who uses a really strange attack. If you'd defeat that monster, I bet you'd be able to learn its technique for yourself. Use your compass to find it, and give that beast the hiding of its life. Actually, you're back, and you beat that special monster. I'm guessing it was the scorpion we killed. Didn't you? It's written all over your face. So you're saying it's built up an energy, then spun around really fast. Alright, then give it a try. First you build up your energy, and then... release. Ooh, there's your new technique. Now you give it a shot. Actually, you learn Spinning Slice. The original. The ultimate destroyer of blocks. The one in the second game that you get is kind of a disappointment at first. But this one's just full on 5x5x2, just right from the get-go. Which, ironically enough, doesn't even exist in the port. In the PC port, you just get a 3x3. like in the second game, the whole time, other than in Terra Incognita. In Terra Incognita, you can get a 5x5x5, which is better. But for the actual story, you can't break as many blocks as in the original version of this game that we're playing right now. Let's talk to Pippa. Thanks for getting rid of all those awful monsters again, Magic Z. But Magic Z, if you got a moment, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. I've been having so much fun lately, spending the whole day making all kinds of different things. But when night comes, we all go to bed, I just can't concentrate on my work with everyone around. So Magic Z, would you be able to make a room just for me? It would need some kind of sign on the wall so people would know that it's mine. You're pretty clever, I'm sure you'll be able to think of something. It'll need a straw mattress to sleep on, a pot in the corner, and a special sign on the wall. Please make a room of my own. I think I could put it next to the kitchen, maybe. Actually, that would be pretty big. So the kitchen's gonna get wider. I don't know. The kitchen's massive already. Like, it would go all the way out to here, which at that point, it's just like huge. And I guess there's nothing stopping it. I could genuinely just have... You know, it would go even further, because it would go here. And then here. That's just too big. Unless I make a room, like, minuscule. If I do this, I guess this works. Actually, I could do one better. I could do this so it's further back. Actually, yeah, that looks kind of alright. I should do one closer, because that's a bit far back. I won't try to be cramped either. Bruh. Of course the mallet falls apart. Okay, I want to try something though. We have the forge now, so we can make flagstone flooring. Which in theory means we can just do a little something that I like to call very efficient building. Just like that. Okay, can I please grab the blocks? There we go. I mean, Pippa's room being industrial flooring is kind of weird, but for now, it's fine. Nice thing is it's super easy to do like this. So weird playing a game on controller again. I never play on like an actual controller anymore. The Switch is just a handheld, so you never really play with a controller like this. And I never use it docked anymore, so this is an unusual sight for me. I haven't used a controller in a very long time. Especially not anything other than the Switch Pro controller I'm using right now. And even then, it's not an official Pro controller, it's a third-party one with actual full-size joysticks. Which makes it feel even weirder because I haven't used joysticks with as much side-to-side travel as this in a very long time. Even longer than using a regular controller. Now comes the question of what do we build? Actually, I should talk to Rollo, because I don't know what his quest is. I think it's probably going to the castle, if I had to guess. I thought we taught those monsters a lesson, but they keep coming back for more. I feel it is my duty to find some means of defending this town from these vile beasts. I spent so many late nights working tirelessly on deciphering the Cantland Chronicle. It makes mention of a great castle beyond the Hammerhoods village, beyond even the Cantland Mountains. It said that the castle had a great stone stockade capable of fending off even the most brutal of assaults. Travel to this castle, Majesty, find it with your compass, and there learn the secret of. What did you say? What did your last slave die of? By my frail feelings, you wound me. I do not ask you to go there for my own benefit, but for yours. After all, are you not the builder, the legendary figure who is destined to save us all? Now do your duty and get out there, compass in hand, and find out how to build that stone stockade. How about no? Actually, maybe we could go. I don't know, I was thinking of keeping it for part 2, but we got like at least another hour of playing this, so I guess we could go. If we need to build a stone stockade, we could. Thing is, I don't really want to get too crazy with the building at the moment. Because I don't remember how big the big blockade is. I know it's 5 wide or so, but I don't know anything else. But I don't see why not go, so I suppose let's go check out the Cantland Castle. It's gonna take us a long time though, so it's probably gonna be what we end off on. I don't think I'll be able to loot all of it though. However, I will make the new armor, or try to. Oh, we can make the leather armor. Okay, then I'll just make the leather armor, I guess. No, we don't have enough fur for the shield. Rip. If I'm gonna make new armor, I may as well just make the leather one. It only makes sense. Alright. Let's just go straight away. No point in asking questions. If I remember well, this castle is very far. In fact, it is at like the very extremity of this island, so we're gonna have a lot of running to do. Although I'm going to take a drink because I am thirsty from all this talking. Alright, let's keep going. I'm gonna unplug my controller because this is actually annoying as hell. Using a wired controller in 2025, not even 2025 anymore, using a wired controller in 2026. Like a coward over here. Like, bruh. Thing is, I didn't know how much battery it had, so I plugged it in out of habit. But it was lighting up as green, so that means it's fully charged. I may as well just use it on battery. The controller's wireless. Having it be wired doesn't do anything other than charge it, so I've just been playing with a wired controller like it's 1962 for no reason, really. there's a lot of things that I don't like being wireless, mostly peripherals. But a controller is like the one thing that I agree should be wireless. Most things I disagree, but a controller is not one of them. I think controllers should be wireless, and they work well as wireless. Because the battery lasts long enough, and it's something that you leave just plugged in to charge naturally. So it makes sense, because you can use them as wired if you want to. Whereas wireless peripherals, usually you can't really just... You're paying extra for the wireless feature that you don't want. Whereas controllers are marked up anyway, so you're not paying extra. But yeah, I'm gonna collect all this wheat, because I remember the amount of times that I got played by not collecting wheat here and then getting screwed over later, so... I'm gonna collect a little bit of it at least. Alright, there's the castle. Of course there's a skeleton. I kinda wanna go exploring around. But I don't think we really can. I don't think there's a bedroom built into the castle, and I didn't bring supplies to build one, so... Let me talk to this guy. I have failed. I have failed so terribly, words fail me in expressing how terribly I have failed. Ah, thou can see me? I was once a knight of Cantlin, charged with defending these lands from the ceaseless advances of the Dragon Lord's armies. And yet, mere moments before I could complete the stockade that might have saved this castle, his forces fell upon us. My failure haunted me to this day. Ah, but if thou can't see me, all is not lost. I can pass on the secret of my invention to thee. Here, friend, take these stone wall blocks and spike traps and complete this stone stockade. Okay. I shall fix up your stockade, sir, I suppose. Before I probably inevitably tear the entire thing down to smithereens and strip it for its parts. This done, the stone stockade is complete. Now we have naught to fear from the Dragon Lord's minions. Go, friend, learn those 3 hammer-wielding fiends into our trap and return to my side to see the stockade do its terrible work. I'm up here, little goobers. And then, yeah, they just take damage on the spikes. You know, spikes are a great addition, except that enemies can destroy them. So they just don't get hurt by them after that. Come on, get closer. There you go. Alright, I can't talk to you from down here. Aha, that went wonderfully well. While the monsters strike in vain at the hard stone wall, they soon fall to the sharp spikes beneath their feet. A cunning trap, dost thou not agree? Beg pardon, to whom doth the castle behind us belong? That building is no mere castle, but a bastion that did protect our people from the monsters. After the fall of Cantlin, the men and women of the city fled to this place and built this fortress as a final refuge. They did barricade themselves inside in a bid to escape the monster's onslaught. However, that was not long before an even greater enemy emerged from within the bastion itself. Ah, but forgive my rambling, some tales are better left untold. How thou seek a blueprint for this stone stockade, I bid thee speak with Ranulf within the castle. I thank thee, kind stranger, for thine aid. Now that my plans are complete, I can finally rest in peace. Have fun. I'm going to steal your barricade, because I am a coward like that. I'm cheap like that, I guess I should say. Free blocks, am I right? Ooh, right, you can get lanterns. Alright, and the depression music comes right in, I forgot about that. Don't forget the emblem, I don't need it. Alright, we can get a door here too. We can put that on our kitchen. I suppose we could build a bedroom, although I think there is one. Where is it? I think it's like back here? There's a bed, but not a bedroom. Probably squeeze it in here. I'll sleep instead of oh, I don't have a light source. Oh, I'll use the lantern, I guess. I'm definitely gonna steal that king's bed later. Can I not put this here? There's a room, there you go. Yeah, you can sleep in here. Okay, cool. I am a professional. I'm going to break this and then replace it. I'm guessing this is the guy I have to talk to, but I'm just going to, like, tear some of this castle down real quick. Because I need all these castle blocks, so I may as well start collecting them right now, while I'm already here. First castle tile blocks. We're gonna need a lot of those if I want to make any kind of flooring out of them. I still haven't really decided if I want to have... I'm like a mix between leaving my town open or like enclosing it mostly. Like I'm indecisive if I want to have entirely these tiles inside as flooring, or have just grass and just an outer wall only. So if I have only an outer wall, then I won't need the castle flooring very much. But if I want to make an actual floor, like I could use these as a floor. I don't know, I feel like the grass is almost more fun. I think I might do, like, a mix. Maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, I just need to collect blocks, so what I do doesn't really matter. One nice thing is that at this point in the game, there weren't nearly as many variations of blocks. So, it's less variations of blocks filling up your inventory, because in the second game, if you're tearing down a castle like this, I mean, you're picking up the foundation blocks, the like weird foundation blocks that stick out more. There's the round corners, there's the... like, it's all stuff that, when you're building, is a positive, but it takes so much more inventory space, and it's... like, it adds so much extra challenge in building. So, you know, going back to this game, it really makes you realize how much simpler the game as a concept was back when this came out. You know, this was built at a time when games had so much replayability that you could actually get way more than your money's worth out of them. I think that's part of the reason why I play Satisfactory so much. The replayability is good. So not only is it so long that you get insane amount of hours to like do anything, but the replayability is good, so you find yourself coming back to it. Same for this game. I play this game so much still that I have no save slots left and I'm constantly just having to delete my saves and start over. Like, I have max save slots on every single chapter, and I have had max save slots in every single chapter. Other than the last one, which I think I'm missing one, so whenever we finish this, that'll be max save slots on every chapter. For like so long that I wouldn't even be able to tell you last time I had not fully maxed out save slots. Like every save slot having a save game that you can have. Also, I know I'm just like sitting here collecting blocks, but like either I do this on camera or off camera, so I may as well do it now while we're here. Like either I do it later and have to come back, or I do it now and don't have to come back. First red carpet block. You really don't get many carpet blocks. You get a few, but I mean, it's nothing really compared to what you could possibly get. I'll definitely have to come back here at some point, but for now, I think this is probably enough. I mean, I could get a bit more to floor. I don't have that many tile blocks, I guess. If I want to redo the bedroom, I'm gonna need way more tile blocks. Alright, well, we're gonna go with this is good enough for now. I'm going to just sleep real quick before we actually leave here. And go do the actual thing we're supposed to, which is collect the blueprints. Alright. I'm obviously going to take all of this stuff, because all of it is valuable. Especially the carpet, since you can't really make any of it ever in this first game. Same for the lantern. You can't make the lantern. Frick. Hammer broke. Oh great, and that was the last one I had. Okay, sword works too. Oh, this door though. Alright, cool. Or cell door. Well, so thou can see me, huh? Thou would seem thou art no ordinary man. I am Ranulf, erstwhile mayor of the city of Cantlin. That was hundreds of years ago. Now I am a ghost. Woo. Ah, so thou art the builder of whom the Cantlin Chronicles speak. Well, builder, what business hast thou in these ruined halls? The people who once dwelt here did bring destruction upon their own heads. Thou wilt find naught here but grief and sorrow. I see, now come in search of the stone stockade. Ajay, come with me, there's something I wish to show thee. I shall await thee atop of the roof of this castle. But be warned, the staircases have long fallen to ruin. Thou mightst need to build your own way there. Yeah, alright, sure. I can probably manage that. Pretty sure it's going this way. The chandeliers are another thing I should collect. I think, right, I forgot this. This controller has a bit of delay on the buttons. I should get jump sooner. Thing is, these buttons aren't like quick trigger or anything. They only trigger once they're fully pushed in. Which actually is normal-ish, but for some reason, PlayStation controllers feel better. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what the difference with the buttons is, but they just don't have this issue nearly as much. Buttons feel a lot more instant, and I don't know why. Alright, we get the roof pieces too, although I'm not gonna come and collect these. They can go screw themselves for all I care. Because these are a pain to collect. Also, there's a chest over here, which I always missed, apparently, because I don't remember it being here. Chimera wings. Okay, that works with me. Free chimera wings are free chimera wings. There's nothing else, right, that I'm missing, like, that's really obvious? No, I don't think so. There is one thing, which I believe is the dragon. There's a dragon further that way. Oh yeah, you can see it right there, above the hill. Which, we're probably gonna have to kill all of those later. Well, met once more, young builder. Now look upon the lands thou see before thee. Look thee upon the sky and the black and brooding clouds that shroud this world. Once this world was blindingly beautiful, its people lived beautiful lives in beautiful cities that they built with their own hands. Now all has been lost. Mankind lies bereft of all hope, powerlessly awaiting their inevitable end. If thou art truly the builder, thou must need drive darkness from the sky and bring back beauty to this land. Well, mightst thou quail at having such a weighty responsibility thus upon thee unbidden. But know this, thy companions are in dire need, and the power to save them is thine and thine alone. Dwell not on thy duty to rebuild this ruined world. Think only of aiding those around thee. By each small act of kindness thou shalt draw ever closer to thine eventual aim, just as block by block thou buildst thy city. Would seem my prolonged response has not dulled my rhetorical skill. Come on, Majesty, opens thou this chest within it. Thou shalt find what thou seekest. Fare thee well, young builder. I look forward to seeing the brave new world thou will usher forth. Nice, and then we get the nice music again. First, defensive designs. Interesting, interesting. Well, in that case, I guess let's head back, I suppose? Like, I don't know. What are we doing, even? Is there anything in this tower? I think I can just, like, get out of here now. I don't think there's anything here that I need. I'll probably have to come back, so for now I think it's best to just leave for the time being. Let's just talk to Rollo, get this over with. Ah, Majesty, you return, and with information about the stone blockade, no doubt. Quickly, quickly, let me see what you found. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating, I say. Something looks rather different about you today. You seem focused somehow, as if a great weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Ah, it's just my imagination. Your face is just as dopey as it's always been. But anyway, well done, lad. All that's left now is to decipher these ancient papers. Yeah, I figured. Let me guess, you deciphered the ancient papers. I've been poring over these papers you brought me, the only ones concerning the stone stockade, and I've finally deciphered them. Judging from these documents, you're going to need plenty of stone wall blocks and spike traps. You'll need a blueprint to get it looking just right, of course, but you can leave that to me. Your job is to work out how to build the stone wall blocks and the spike traps. Once you've figured out the recipes, you just have to lay everything out to match the blueprint I give you. Don't go thinking you know better, boy. Alright. Yeah, and then he's just gonna make the blueprint. Cool. Should I do this now is my question. I guess I could. I was thinking of doing, you know, Peepa's room. But seeing how I'm here, I may as well put the blueprint down. Stone stockade. Yeah, so... I mean, technically this is like the center point of the village. We're gonna need more materials, though. We do not have enough. I don't know how much... Making stone walls is expensive. I'll make stone cladding instead, actually. So this is just free. Alright, I need to make a hammer. All my hammers broke. I mean, giant mallets, sorry. I keep calling them hammer. I'm probably gonna keep calling them hammers anyway, so, like... Calling it a giant mallet just sounds weird. There. So, the nice thing about cladding is that, well, it does a 5x5x5 around you, but doing a 5x5x2 is a lot easier. And then you just turn 3 blocks of a type into, you know, whatever you can fit in a 5x5x5, or technically more accurately, a 5x5x5, but -2 because you need to be in the center of it. Now, you know, this would have been 50 if I wouldn't have been standing in the middle. But you obviously can't use this stuff without being in the middle, so... Yeah, but now we get just way more blocks. And we still have 4 more of these for the price of 3. Basically, it's just a block multiplier. You turn dirt into whatever block you want. It's great. Ta-da! Please, a stone blockade, stockade, whatever it's called. I don't know. It doesn't matter. By my elegant elbows, Majesty, you've completed the stone stockade. Those monsters will be in for a rude shock next time they attack us. Oh, I can hardly wait. By the way, while you were putting together those new fortifications for our town, I was hard at work gleaning even more secrets from the Cantlin Chronicle, and I learned something quite remarkable. The monsters of Cantlin do not merely roam this realm willy-nilly, they are under the control of a great and powerful monster. Only by defeating this fearsome fiend can light be restored to this land. Magic Z, my boy, we know now what must do. We must continue to strengthen our town's defenses to fend off the monsters' increasingly aggressive assaults. But as we do so, we must also add to our own arsenal of weapons and armor that we might one day defeat the monster's leader. The stone stockade you built is but the first step on our road to victory. Good work, good work. And we get fur. Okay, I guess that's actually good, because I did not make a shield originally. I feel like that would probably be useful to do now, actually. I haven't even equipped my leather armor, but I'm sure I will eventually. Hello there, Majesty. Having fun with all your little building projects, are you? Tell me right now, if you're thinking of building the city even bigger, or making weapons to fight the monsters, I'm dead against it. I'm not saying it's not fun to build things, and if I did say that, I would not be lying. It's just that the workshop you built for us is so dark and dreary, it's really draining my will to build. If it was just a little bit more inviting, I don't doubt I would feel quite so well not negative. But, to sum up, I think the workshop needs a leather sack and a sconce on the wall. Could do with a shop sign hung up there too. Wouldn't that make it a perfect place to work? That sounds great, except I don't really want to redo the workshop. Well, I do, but I don't want to do it now. So you know what, actually? Let me just cheese it by just doing the quest. Well, it's not really cheesing it, but like... Let me just do the quest so I can get the quest over with. Would this count? Blacksmith Studio, yeah, but that's not what I want. Yeah, okay, the lantern counts. Good. Ah, I see you finished your improvements to the workshop. It doesn't look half bad, yes. I think this is much more conductive to my style of work. I dare say the town might benefit if you put your forge in the workshop too. Look, Majesty, I can't deny that all these tools are useful. Nor can I deny that living with your friends isn't entirely intolerable. But there are more important things at stake, I realize. I am repeating myself here, but I insist that you exercise caution. If your building works draw the attention of the monsters, they will destroy you. However much Rolo may try to tempt you to, you must not expand this town any further. Should your hubris get the better of you, it will summon force beyond reckoning. Too bad, I don't care. I want to actually expand my town even further. The very same monstrosity that laid waste the Cantland once before, the Golem. Yeah, well, the Golem is a detail, not a fact, as far as I'm concerned. Can you please get out of the workshop, so I can actually put the forge back in? So the reason I took the forge out, I guess I should explain, is because he will not consider it complete unless you take the forge out. That way, he can tell you to put the forge in it. Which is annoying. So yeah, I don't want to redo the workshop right now, because I want to do it later. So, for now, it's just going to stay as is. However, where is what I want? I don't need this anymore. Okay, I need the, yeah, here it is. The flagstone flooring. I want to do some of the flooring here. Oh, right, it's in the forge. I want to put this stone everywhere that it needs to be. I'm really one block short, are you kidding? At least I have a few spares, so it's not a big deal. Okay, well that's just annoying now, isn't it? Do I have any grass seeds? No, of course not. Okay, well, that sucks, but I guess it is what it is. I should make more of this stuff. I want to start getting some foundations built so we can start building. I only want this to be 3 blocks wide, so just going to turn back into dirt. Thing is, removing the extra flagstone still takes less time than just destroying it and then just putting the blocks in one by one. So this is what doing it this way is still more efficient. Pippa's wanted her bedroom done though, so I think we're gonna end off today by doing Pippa's bedroom, like finishing the restoration of this area over here. Which is going to be a bit of a process, but it shouldn't be too bad. I think I want straw in Pippa's bedroom floor, actually. Because having just a very aggressive flagstone doesn't look quite right, if I do say so myself. There's just something about this that just doesn't really work, in my opinion, as a bedroom floor material. Now, I probably don't have much of it, do I? No. I mean, I do have carpets, but, like... is it enough? Actually, yeah, it probably is. Although the bedroom is tiny. And now the reason I'm not putting anything here is because the kitchen has to expand out this way. So the wall is going to come over here, and that's going to be a bit of an issue. Right. I forgot that this goes out one further. This is less of an issue, but still kind of an issue. Actually, then I might just do what I wanted to do. Well, not what I wanted to do, but like... I might just do this in that case. I don't mind the wall being doubled up too much, but for this it doesn't make much sense. So I think for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to do this. Because then pushes this wall back, which pushes everything back. Which then pushes this back, right? Okay, well, these aren't the right blocks for this, but, you know, if I can eventually figure out the right blocks for this. Right, and I want to push it back one more, right? So have it be there, and then this just stays. Right? This is what I want, I think. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell because I'm like changing things in real time here. Like this. I think this is what I want. Fire Cafe becomes bigger and nice. And we level up the base too. Okay, well. Yeah, it's gonna be destroyed. Great. It's going to take me a moment. Rome wasn't built in a day or whatever. After it becomes smaller. Right, I need food. It would help if I would eat, huh? That's already gonna start looking so much better. This isn't even the right blocks. I'm so dumb. Which blocks did I want here, even? Do I want just... I don't know. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to have just the usual stone bricks for now. and then just foundations around it. I don't think I'm gonna overcomplicate things. And then the pot can just go a bit further back. And I suppose the well can go over here. That we got. Because, like, what else are we supposed to do with it? I don't have a use case for it. And then, I suppose I can just, you know, redo the flooring. I love how everything just floats other than the tables. So now the thing is destroyed again. Okay, Footfire Cafe. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to check the chest for food. Not what I want. I don't want to turn this thing into a crude kitchen. Oh my god. Like, increasingly irritating. Okay, there you go. This is, like, done, I think. I think. I mean, I'm gonna have to make the walls a bit higher, but that's one of the rooms taken care of. Right, now I want to figure out what I want to do here. I think I'm just gonna push it a block further as well. I don't want to forget the light sources, though. I guess I'll just put them at the same place they were at earlier. I don't mean to destroy the door with it, but you know what? It's fine. It's just the honest mistake, I suppose. At least this is better than the dirt shacks of before. Even if this might not be the best build in the world, it's still going to be much better than, you know, whatever we had before. So we need a chair in here, so I may as well just have it in the corner. Actually, I could do one better. I could have it be in the corner looking at the dressing table. And since I don't have nightstands or anything, I'll put treasure chests down. And I could put the candelabrums, or whatever these are called, I think that's what they're called, in here. Because that makes a treasure room, which isn't what we want, for the record, but that's because we're missing a few things. We need a pot, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty simple. If I can find it, yeah. But we also need the ladies sign, I believe. Yeah, we need orange oil for it. We don't have orange oil. So, I'm gonna have to go get some. Orange oil obviously comes from orange slimes, so I mean, I don't think I have to explain very much of that. It's just a question of actually going to gather it. It's so annoying that these guys keep giving me flowers. I mean, it could come in handy later. We do need to restore a garden, I believe, on this island. So, like, they might come in handy, but it's just inventory clutter for the time being. But look at how nice this is. It's so much prettier than it was before. And it makes us food, because it's actually just a kitchen. The lady sign. And you know what? I'll make this, like, slime leer as well. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but I want to make it just for the sake of having it. I'm not going to be using it because technically at this stage in the game you wouldn't normally have it. And I want to write Pippa's name on it. So now it's Pippa's room. Is that not what you want? I probably forgot something. You want a room, you want a straw... You absolutely want a straw mattress? Really? I give you a full-on king's bed, and you're telling me that you want to be poor. Is that actually it? No. Oh, it's a master bedroom. Am I just tweaking? On the lady side. Yeah, private bed. That was the issue. Hooray, you made me a room of my very own. Thank you, Magic Z. Canel spends the whole night plodding around the city, and LaRouche keeps screaming in his sleep, and Rolo snores so loud I'm scared the walls will collapse. I can't concentrate at all on my super-secret project. Huh? What's my super-secret project? That's super-secret, silly. But don't worry, I'll tell you when it's ready. Oh, and it would be really great if you could write my name on the sign in the room. Yep, I already did that, so... that's already taken care of. Oh my, Majesty, thanks for making a room just for me. Now that I finally have my own space, I've been able to finish my super-secret project. This whole time, I've been making new clothes for everyone. I gave Rolo his outfit first to see how it looked on him. But he wouldn't try it on. He said he couldn't possibly get changed in front of everyone else. So Magic Z, I was wondering if you could build a room where we could all change into our new outfits. It would need to have a couple of stone stools for us to sit on and something to keep all the clothes in. Do you think you can invent something for storing clothes? Right, so this is going to be the armory or whatever later on, I think, right? I don't really want to do this right now. Not that I think we even have the stuff. Like, if I'm not mistaken, we don't have the stuff to do all of that. I'll put this here for now. Just to get it out of my inventory. We're gonna have to fix up the bedroom, but I don't really want to do that yet. I'll have to do the workshop next, I think. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do next. Well, first I should save the game. That would be the first thing. I suppose I could try to raise this up one block higher, because the walls are kind of low down. That's pretty nice, I suppose. I mean, it could use a roof, but trying to get a roof from structures is quite annoying, so... I think this is fine for now. Of course, Gnome is going to be stuck in this hole. There you go. I don't know what proportions I want the, like, actual bedroom to be. I feel like I could also make the changing room part of the bedroom. I mean, granted, we have all the space over there, so... I feel like we could use that too, but it's just like... It's just this I'm worried about. I don't want to start building this, because I don't know, like, what size the barricade is. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Running needs to come here, I guess. I'm going to have to, like, butcher this a bit for now. Just so I can play it safe. For now, this bedroom is going to be very scuffed. And I know that. It's just I don't want to build the bedroom side of it yet. So... for now, I want to try this out. Bedroom is destroyed, of course. This is, like, annoying. Let me get more blocks. Okay, I don't think I need this to be this large, but this will do, I suppose. I wasn't going to make the armory, but seeing how we're here, I may as well do it now. Now, I don't know if we have what we need. Oh, we do. But yeah, it needs a lot of stuff. That's why I was a bit uncertain that we'd have everything, but apparently we do, so... Now, I was thinking of having it just be, like, there. But that's kind of tight, actually, so... I think I should just put it, like, in the corner. And then just have stuff on this side. Or on this side, sorry. Actually, I could put this here. It's not the best looking thing ever, but it does work. I don't know, I guess that's gonna be to figure out later. Now I'm just gonna put cell doors because it's 3 points. But I'm gonna put a regular door, I think, at some point. just for now. This is just the best I can do, really. I don't want to put a crappy door down. I need to make straw blocks, right? That's what I wanted to do. Keep forgetting. Oh, well, they made me some. They made me bricks, too. Nice. Okay. Oh, I could do straw flooring, I guess. I don't really want to do straw flooring, though. I don't need a lot of straw. I don't know, I just want a different kind of floor for one of these rooms. I feel like this is the only one that isn't gonna bother me too much if it's different. It needs a light source, which I don't have, but I can take this for now, I believe. This should work. Empty room. Oh, right, it needs stools. Stools. Where do I want the stools? I suppose... I don't know. I guess let's just make them and try and see where they'd fit. I'm not too picky about it, but... I would like them to be in a smart location. Like, that's an okay one. I feel like I could have this be here, too. Yeah, that worked. Okay, cool. So his ancestors were guards. That boy will be nothing but trouble. Oh, wait, that's not even the right person. Wow, what a lovely dressing room. Thank you so much, Magic Z. Rolo and LaRouche and Clement haven't changed their clothes since they got here. Whenever they're nearby, the smell's so bad I think I might faint. By now they can change into the clothes I made, and I can finally take out the earth I shoved up my nose to block the smell. Thanks again, Magic Z. By the way, I made a lovely new dress for myself too. I'll change into it right away. Nice. And she gives us eggs. Actually, that's kind of nice. It's like, want food. Are they actually? Yeah, they do change, right? Rolo doesn't change much, but he does change. It's mostly Pippa that changes a lot, right? Yeah, she gets like a full-on dress and everything. Let's select Rolo. With the stone stockade keeping the monsters at bay, we can finally concentrate on making Campton great again. However, I've noticed that you've had your hands full lately tending to the various whims and whimsies of your townspeople. It seems you haven't had much time to focus on your own building work. Actually, quite the opposite. I built this entire kitchen and Pippa's bedroom for once. So we finally have some stuff. So I'm giving you free reign to build whatever pops into that funny little head of yours. You could build new rooms or furniture, or even just replace the walls of your current buildings with something a little more durable. You need to practice your building skills and become a better builder than ever before. In doing so, you'll bring this city another step closer to its glorious revival. So go, Magic Z, do what you must, take this town and your building skills to another level. And yeah, as I figured, that was probably for level 3, which we already are, so... By my lustrous locks, the city is looking better than ever. Your building skills are just as the Cantlin Chronicle describes. Magic Z, my boy, you still have a long way to go. It is nearly time for you to seek out one who can bring out even more of your powers of creation. The Cantlin Chronicles describes a legendary blacksmith who went by the name of Magog. Though Magog lived many hundreds of years ago, it seems his descendant is still alive somewhere. If we are to stand any chance of defeating the monster who rules this land, we must find a way to build it, even stouter walls and stronger weapons. If anyone knows the secrets of forging such items, this scion of Magog may be our man. I'll gather all the information I can about him and let you know as soon as I've tracked him down. When that time comes, Magic Z, I hope I can count on you to do your duty. And yeah, as I figured, this is going to be followed up by a battle. Now, I don't really want to do the battle yet, so I think that's going to be an adventure for another time. Now, do I want... I don't know. What am I doing? I want to redo this workshop, but redoing it is a pain. And it's going to take a while. What should I do? I guess I should finish this wall things first. Let's do that real quick. There you go. We're almost level 4. Thing is, before I can do this bedroom, I need to know the size of the old blockade, or the big blockade. So I don't want to do this yet. Something we could do, make a portal room. That is something that I have not done in a long time. But that we could absolutely do, so I suppose let's just go right ahead. Do I want... I don't know. I kind of want a pot room, actually. You know what? I'm feeling ambitious. So I'm gonna do something weird. Now I'll use the crappy doors because I don't have anything better, but... there's a few things I'd like to do that I'm not going to do yet. But this seems like a great place to put this. And then if I can change out the flooring to, I don't know what. I could do stone walls to change it up a bit. I could even have stone steps going down. Actually, that sounds like a great idea. Stone steps going down. To add a bit of height variation. And then just having... obviously this is going to need a bit more cooking now that I've changed plans, but... in theory, this would work, right? Like, there shouldn't be really any reason this wouldn't. If I put all of this like this... obviously, I know there's 3 portals, so we have the space for 3 portals. Now we can put all our portals in there. I feel like that's just a great idea. And it's free extra points, too, because portals give points. There you go. Right, I already changed these out. Okay. I think I can probably add the purple blocks here. I feel like this would look okay. And then as for this room, it's a bit of an odd one, so I'm just going to leave this as is for the time being. Still, this is a good solid start. Not enough space? What do you mean not enough space? To build it all the way up there. Okay, we're at base level 4. course, I didn't realize we were that close. Where would I put this? It's just like actually kind of inconvenient because I can't have it here. I want to put them here. I suppose this will work enough. I mean, you can't get everything your way sometimes. And I think this is one of those times. Alright, we have braziers. Can we make them? I think we can make them now. I wanted to swap these out for braziers, but we couldn't make them. And I feel like that would be a great way to end stream here, because it's been over 3 hours already. Which, I don't stream this long anymore, so... It definitely feels nice having, you know, an average length stream, which is, you know, usually 3 to 4 hours. Again, instead of just one that's like an hour and a half, but... I did not think I was going to get this far. That is already so much better. It's just missing one thing, which is... I don't have any blocks. I guess I don't have any of those left. I'll have to go back to the castle. Damn. Okay, well, that's fine. This should do for now, I suppose. Well, I think I'm going to call it here for this first stream on Dragon Quest Builders. It's been a long road coming here, and I'm really enjoying playing this game again. But it's been 3 hours, so I think I'm going to get going and go do other things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first stream on Dragon Quest Builders, and I hope to see you guys back here again whenever I next stream this, to continue our adventure here, building up this town, and later 3 more towns after that. I'm going to get going. I hope you enjoyed the stream, you know, like and subscribe or whatever and all that stuff. And I'll see you guys